Hello guys, Arkan here. I just want to take some time to tell you guys that we have a Patreon set up for the channel. It's an additional way you can support us. So I will put the link in the YouTube cards and in the description. Thanks for checking it out and I hope you enjoyed the video. Walking over to Mr. Aster in the center of the auditorium, my anxiety peaks. Public embarrassment was not something I was prepared for when I woke up today. Gabriel and Hedwig look at me from their seats with interest. Go back to bed, both of you. What should I do? Aster brings a claw to his chin and thinks for a moment. Try summoning your weapon. Weapon summoning has never been easy for me, especially in this environment. Mr. Aster looks at my desperate expression and I think he understands. He takes one mineral from the drawer next to him, blue in color. These gems are diamonds. They indirectly amplify your magic. Aster explains, handing me one diamond and curling it with my paw. Go on, focus on your task, disregard your environment at this time. It's like I'm disconnecting from the world and focusing on myself. Take your time. Aster speaks calmly, giving me time to collect myself. Apparently, at least he knows the drill by now. Maybe he always chooses people like me to show off first? I've never been able to summon a weapon before, but maybe this diamond will make a difference. Try to remember why you're here and what brought you here. I nod silently and start to remember. It just felt like the wind brought me here. Something ethereal led me this way, a desire to protect and be needed. This place seems new to me, but in the corners of my mind, it's like I've been here all along. Oh wow, that's awesome. A sword materializes in my right paw and a shield in my left. The first thing I notice after my own shock is Aster's stunned face. He stares at the shield without taking his eyes off it. The group is still completely silent, flabbergasted. It's hard not to notice the surprised faces of Gabriel and Hedwig. Gabriel even jumps up from his seat, slamming his paws on his desk. Hedwig stares wide-eyed. I blink. An unexplainable feeling has begun to build up inside, overwhelming my senses with each second. It calls for me, deep inside my soul. Is that it? My weapons are a sword and a shield? Two at once? That's nothing new to anyone. But this feeling, it's like something's weighing on me. Like the weight of 1,000, no, 1,000,000 lives putting their hope in me. I'm looking at the shield. Spark and Wolf. How long have your weapons been engraved like this? This is unlike anything I've ever seen. Mr. Aster's reaction makes me even more stunned. It's as if I've forgotten how to breathe. The weapon is incredibly light. I can't feel its weight. Maybe it's the adrenaline, or... Hooji? The lion's slightly concerned voice brings me out of my stupor. I'm holding them tightly, almost hurting myself. I toss them to the ground and they dissolve into thin air. I notice the greatly disconsolate looks on Gabriel and Hedwig's faces. Yes? He sighs and walks over to me, speaking in a whisper. See me after class. I nod. You can take your seat. He speaks in his usual stern voice. As I sit down in my seat, I see Gabriel and Hedwig staring daggers at me. Gabriel seems like he has 1,000 questions on his mind, mumbling his words and fidgeting in his seat, wants to talk very badly, and he fidgets in his seat a lot. Hedwig gives me a look of judgment, or surprise, or... It's hard to tell. Well, as you have seen just now, Hooji has shown us how to summon a weapon. This will be the very first thing you learn here. Each one's fated weapons are unique, swords, spears, daggers, and so on. Aster falls silent. The rest of Mr. Aster's lesson goes by like a blur in my mind. He quizzes a couple other students on certain topics. Something about how our souls affect our daily lives. Neither Gabriel nor Hedwig say anything to me during the lesson. I caught Mr. Aster staring at me a couple of times throughout the lesson. The bell rings. Everyone leaves the classroom, including Gabriel and Hedwig. I, on the other hand, walk down to Mr. Aster's desk. Just a second. He's signing some papers and writing something in a journal. I don't understand what he's writing, but I can tell he has beautiful handwriting. When he finishes, he looks at me, getting up from his chair. I'll be brief. Do you know what this emblem on your shield represents? Then it really happened. It wasn't a dream. No, this is the first time I've ever been able to summon a weapon. Aster looks at me, surprised. Really? How did you pass the exam? Exam? I didn't have one. The line is silent for a while. Do you know what that emblem is? I've never seen anything like it on anyone. Aster doesn't answer right away. I regret I can't tell you just yet. I have to verify some information. Am I in trouble? For the first time since I got here, I heard Aster's laugh. He smiles. Are you that worried? Relax, you're in no trouble. If you have any questions, you can always ask me, but I have to take my leave for today. The Lion picks up the stack of paper and a couple other files. Okay, thank you. No need to thank me. He nods and I walk out of the office. Many students have already scattered to their groups and are discussing something. Gabriel and Hedwig are standing not far from the office, discussing something among each other. As they approach, Gabriel immediately starts almost shouting. Hooji, why didn't you tell me you had such a beautiful weapon? It was amazing. Gabriel grabs my shoulders and starts shaking me in excitement. You really think so? Of course I do. I didn't really get a good look at it from afar, but it looked really cool. I've never seen weapons with emblems on them before. Gabriel starts laughing. He was probably just embarrassed to show us, which is understandable. Hey, I'm not shy. 'Cause I'm not shy. Not shy, not me. I reply in protest. No. It's all over your face, darling. Even Hedwig can't take it anymore and laughs. Hey, at least I'm not the one who slept through most of class and got chalked on the face. Gabriel's face gets really close. If you tell anyone about this, I'll kill you, okay? Hedwig silently grabs the tiger by the scruff of the neck and pulls him away from me. Get on your knees and beg and I may consider it. The three of us laugh. So, where should we go now? Lunch at the cafeteria? The park? To watch a movie? That tiger had too much energy. I want coffee. Coffee it is. Gabriel starts walking toward the exit with his arms out to the sides. Come on, everybody scurry! This ain't a public restroom. Hedwig looks pleased. We both follow the oddball tiger who was shouting at the crowd of students. This is what it means to live uninhibited, I guess. We enter the hallway. Gabriel says hello to almost everyone we pass by. Does he ever get tired? Extroverted people are in a class of their own. Roberta is sitting behind the counter, writing something on her computer. I glance at the time. It's almost noon. Time flies by. I text Vilmar and ask him when he'll be free. Gabriel smiles. Oh, you look happy? Who are you texting? The tiger says in a playful voice, winking his eye. I will strangle him, I promise. Oh, just a friend. A friend? The one you told us about? Yeah, how'd you know? Gabriel smiles wryly again. Your eyes. I remain silent in confusion. He's of the opinion that you can discern honest people from dishonest ones with a single look. So he can read me by looking at my eyes? Exactly. I look at the tiger, who immediately acts like such an innocent and good boy. Little shit. When did you meet him? I grin nervously. Well, he spotted me yesterday at the counter when I was filing my papers. We hung out for a bit. As it turns out, he's a great cook. I don't know where to cook around here yet, so he cooked for me. The moment these words leave my mouth, Gabriel makes a really weird face, a mixture of amusement and intrigue. Oh, really? I'm sure he fed you very well, did you? Ow! The tiger gets a slap on the wrist. Stop it. You're getting on my nerves. Okay. We decide to stay in the lobby for a while. By the way, what room did they put you in? I knew they'd eventually ask. Room 69. How many times? Hedwig glares at the tiger, getting tired of his crappy jokes. You know, I'll never stop wondering how people put up with you. You're just jealous that I have more than one friend. Gabriel sticks out his tongue. The dragon shrugs. You may be right. What room are you guys in? Hedwig squints at the tiger next to him. We live together, in room number 90. Oh, I see. Zing. Oh, it's Vilmar. Hi, I'll be at the cafeteria by 2 o'clock. You guys want to meet me there? I quickly answered him. It's not long until 2 o'clock. Do you mind if Vilmar joins us for lunch? I don't care. Hedwig shrugs his shoulders. I wouldn't miss the opportunity to see who you're into. I walk up to Gabriel and grab him by the throat. Okay, I get it. I won't joke around like that anymore. Hedwig smiles contentedly. Does he hate his friend that much? We reach the cafeteria after a few minutes. All the way there, Gabriel wouldn't hush about his new friends. Foolishly, I kept the conversation going, but Hedwig just strolled along, tuning into the music. It's not a very big building, but there are tons of students. I must say, this place looks very clean and tidy. We take a table for 4, waiting for Vilmar to get here before we get our food. This place reeks of old age. Tiger looks around the place with an expression of reluctant judgment. Well, what did you expect from a centuries-old academy? Gabriel looks at the dragon resentfully. Of course not, it's just... I dare to interrupt him. Consider the fact that most of the students and teachers eat here. If you make the place fancier, then they'd have to raise their prices, making it unaffordable for us. Gabriel scratches the back of his head. Perhaps you're right. Leaving Hedwig and Gabriel alone at the table, I headed over to study the menu. There's quite the selection, especially the desserts. I'd venture to guess that most students pop in for the quick carbs and leave. There's a small raccoon girl behind the cash register. There's quite the selection. I feel a big paw on my shoulder. Good afternoon. How are you? I turn to him and point to our table. Hi, I'm fine. Come on, I'll introduce you to the guys. Vilmar coughs a couple of times. As we walk, I see the stunned expression on Gabriel's face. Hey guys, this is my childhood friend, Vilmar. I point at the snow leopard with one paw. Hedwig the dragon and Gabriel the tiger. Vilmar waves to them with one paw. Nice to meet you guys. Gabriel's eyes are beaming. Likewise. It's nice to see that someone in this academy is taking care of their body. You're pretty damn big, let me tell you. Vilmar blushes and the tiger chuckles. What, was that a compliment? Gabriel, stop it. The dragon holds out a paw for a handshake. His muzzle looks more tense than usual. I'm Hedwig. Vilmar smirks and shakes. Hedwig doesn't release his paw right away. There's some tension between them. Did something happen between them? To our relief, the dragon finally raises his paw and leans back in his chair. Don't mind him, he's always like that. Hedwig only squints at the tiger. Come on, it's fine. Vilmar laughs nervously. I barely know Gabriel, but Hedwig, he's still a mystery to me. Let's go get some food. The tiger's already up from the table. Good idea. What are you craving? You can choose for me, Vilmar. Are you sure? I don't know if your taste has changed since way back. Let's go already. Hedwig, I'll get you the same thing I got you yesterday. The dragon nods and looks away out the window. I don't really like it when there's a tense atmosphere between friends, so I decide to talk to Hedwig. Vilmar and Gabriel have already gone to the counter to pick out food. That tiger is rubbing up against him like a bee to some flower. Talk to Hedwig or wait for Vilmar and Gabriel to return? I want to get to know Hedwig better, so let's talk to Hedwig. But I hope Hooji won't be, like, why don't you like my friend? Why don't you like Vilmar? I hope it won't go like that. The dragon sighs heavily as I sit down. His voice is cold and detached. Maybe this wasn't such a great idea. Huh? I look at the dragon in bewilderment. His gaze falls on me at once. His emerald green slitted eyes dig deep into my soul. He remains silent. The background noise fades. It's like we're in some kind of important meeting. Well, I'm just worried that you're uncomfortable. What? He asks in a surprised tone, but with his face still serious. I just felt some weird tension coming from you when Vilmar came over. Hedwig looks away from the tiger and the leopard. Do you want an honest answer? I nod nervously. The dragon sighs. I'm sick of people trying to appear kind. One short conversation is enough for me to realize that. Hedwig folds his arms across his chest and looks directly at me. I'll just be quiet. I don't need any conflict, especially since he's an old friend of yours. I'm not going to be the cause of a disagreement. You're not stupid. You'll see for yourself soon enough. We're back! There are 2 trays in his paws. The other 2 are in Vilmar's paws. I'll have to ask Hedwig about this some other time. The dragon's acting the same as before. He's silent and flipping through his phone. Dude, you're nodding off? Wake up, let's eat. Gabriel smiles broadly and points to the table. I didn't know what to get you, so I figured a couple sandwiches would be good for you. You don't like fatty foods, I remember. Wow, you know him so well. Vilmar chuckles, embarrassed. There's only a salad in his tray. The tiger, a whole tray of sweets. Muffins, pancakes, croissants, sodas. Now I know where you get your energy from. Gabriel giggles and starts shoving croissants into his mouth. Hedwig has a mojito on his tray and everything. I didn't realize he liked alcohol. I must say, you can get a mojito and alcohol in the school cafeteria? That's wild. Hedwig, right? So how did you guys meet Hooji? The tiger is busy eating his food and doesn't even pay attention to us. The dragon takes a sip of his cocktail. Gabriel started pestering Hooji when we were on the train. We got into a little dialogue. Whoa! As a last-ditch effort to not let this conversation die, I blurt a random memory from our childhood. Story time. I remember when Vilmar used to steal candies from the same stall every day. He was that kind of guy. Hey, are you here to shame me for the mistakes of my youth? Yeah, man, you're old as time. Looks like you're still in the habit of stealing, right, dog boy? Gabriel used to climb into the crown of a tree a lot and couldn't get down from it because he was afraid of heights. I had to bug him all the time because I was the only one who could fly in the neighborhood. I'd forgotten you dragons could fly, to be honest. Vilmar scratches the back of his head. We do. Flying training is mandatory for all draconic infants. He's also really good at fighting. Really? Oh wow, Hedwig can get flustered. That's new. No, that asshole just likes to embarrass me. Another slap lands on the tiger. How many times can you... that's gonna leave a mark. Vilmar and I laugh as the tiger rubs the back of his sore head. We reminisce about various childhood situations for quite some time while we eat lunch. It's a good feeling to get to know new people better. Gabriel's stomach started to hurt from the amount of sweets he had taken for himself. Vilmar was acting rather modestly, though Gabriel's behavior made me a little uneasy. Although, I'm getting quickly, he's a cheerful fella. I like this place, though I've been through so many emotions in the last 2 days, I'm mentally drained at this point. It's almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon and Vilmar rises from his seat with this tray. Well, it was very nice to meet you. We're all standing outside the cafeteria. Hopefully I'll see you again. I can't wait, Vilmarie. Hedwig only raises his hand as the tiger instinctively shields the back of his head. Aren't you tired of hitting me? Have you tried fighting back? Vilmar and I glance at each other. Look, if you want to find yourself a doll to abuse, go to, I don't know, a sex shop and find the right one for your belly, okay? Tiger realizes what he just said and storms out of the cafeteria screaming. Dragon ran after him with a furious face. What an interesting pair. So true. We're both laughing. Vilmar puts his paw on my head. We used to do that a lot when we were kids. I'll be going now. I hope to see you again tonight. I'm being chased around this academy at will. Are you that popular? Well, not really. I have to meet Mr. Derek and Mr. Aster today. I also have a meeting tonight with, a friend. I couldn't disagree more. Really? Vilmar shows an unnatural smile. Uh-huh, so I'll see you later. Say goodbye to the boys for me. Okay. Just as I was about to say something else, Vilmar rushed towards the academy, almost jogging. Hedwig and Gabriel ran for a while longer, just until the dragon caught up with his victim and punched him a couple times, for good measure. They both approached me. The tiger looks hurt and exhausted. You're so big, but you run faster than me. How's that even possible? Maybe because he plays sports and you don't? Tiger turns away resentfully, sticking out his tongue. Meanwhile, Hedwig pulls out a pack of cigarettes from his vest. I'll be over there. With these words, we give the dragon a glance. As soon as he leaves my line of sight, I dare to ask Gabriel a question. How long has he been smoking? The question just appears out of thin air. Gabriel makes a thoughtful face. Won't tell you exactly, but it's been about 4 or 5 years. Awesome. He's making that face. Again. By the way, Hooji, you've got yourself a nice friend. He's got everything, a sense of humor, style, and a nice body to boot. I can feel my cheeks heating up. He's not my boyfriend, he's just a friend. I don't know, you two just have that chemistry when I saw you talk. Gabriel smiles widely. It's just your imagination. I've never even thought about it, nor about relationships in general. He's a 4th year, right? Yeah, he's 3 years older than me. Gabriel bites his lip. Oh my, he's only 22 and he's already accomplished a lot of things. I roll my eyes, which makes Gabriel laugh. Come on, I'm just kidding. Don't take it too seriously. A rare smidgen of common sense could be heard in his voice. His face changes, without a hint of vulgarity or anything else, just like the first time we met. How do you get along with Hedwig? You're so different, but you're friends. Gabriel laughs and puts his hand behind his head. We've just learned to understand each other. You and Vilmar have known each other for a long time, too, so we just know when to joke and when to help. He accepts people for who they are. That's useful information. After the dragon returned, we went for a walk in the park. To my surprise, Hedwig started asking me some questions himself. When this happened, the tiger always winked at me and smiled widely. It had been almost a full day. Gabriel ran off to socialize with his other friends, and Hedwig and I soon just drifted apart. On the way to my room, I talked to Roberta for a bit. She seems cool to me, especially considering the amount of work she does alone. I immediately noticed Mr. Aster after walking away from the registration desk. He was walking and thinking out loud about something before he saw me and headed in my direction. Still the same teacher with an angry look. Hello, Hooji. I was silent for a second and stood like a stumbling brick. Hello, Mr. Aster. How's your day going? I'm discovering new things about myself. Tell me, Hooji, do you know anyone named Rivas? It takes me a while to think about it. Do I know them? Should I know? I'm sorry, but probably not. I don't remember anyone with such an unusual name. The lion's muzzle trembled for a moment as he fell into confusion. I don't understand. It can't be a coincidence. Aster scratches the back of his head and looks straight at me. I'm starting to tense up. It must have something to do with my weapon. What is it? Can you tell me? The teacher shakes his head in the negative. I'm afraid not now. It's just private thoughts. Don't worry about it for now. I'll tell you what. He sighs and picks up a blank piece of paper from Roberta's desk, starting to write something on it with a pen. What the hell is going on? It's a department number at the library. I'll have Vilmar take you there and show you where to get a book. What's the book? Aster doesn't answer right away. Nothing unusual. I'm just interested in hearing your arguments of its contents. You don't know anything about this academy, right? This book is about the history of the founding of the academy. Specifically, how the city of Krakos was formed in the first place. He folds his arms across his chest and looks me over from head to toe. Again, I'm just interested in your opinion on what it says, nothing more or less. The typical and stern voice was once again heard from his lips. Okay. Very well. Good night, Hooji. The lion leaves my side, introducing all these unknowns. It bothers me that he's so confused. There's definitely something wrong. What does the history of the academy have to do with me? A person who has nothing to do with the freaking Krakos. Okay, I better calm down. When I get to my door, I notice Hedwig standing by it. He seemed preoccupied with something. I pull out a bunch of keys and start to open the door, turning my head toward him. I'm sorry I came uninvited, but I need your help. I'd be lying if I said this tone was a little strange. It's okay. What's up? I open the door to my room and invite Hedwig in. Are you sure? It's kind of your personal space. I don't want to be a nuisance. We can make a lot of people walking down the hallway uncomfortable, so let's go. The dragon hesitates for a second and walks in with a heavy sigh. I turn on the light and settle into my room. Sorry, it's not very clean. I wasn't expecting guests, to be honest. I giggle and scratch my head awkwardly. Sorry about that. So, what happened? Hedwig stands in the aisle, not going any farther. Gabriel still has the keys to our room, so I need to call him. My phone is dead from a whole day of use. I hum and turn on my phone. It's not a problem. You can stay at my place until Gabriel gets back. I point to my charger, hoping it'll fit his phone, and dial the tiger's number. It beeps. Hello, sweetie. What's up? Gabriel picks up right away. You still have your room key. Hedwig is at my place right now. How long till you're at the academy? Oh, I completely forgot that we haven't made a duplicate key yet. I'll be there in 5 minutes. I'm on my way. Mission accomplished. Well, I guess he's already at the academy. Said he'd be there in 5 minutes. Dragon nods at me. Thank you. We're silent for a while, until Vilmar texts me and Hedwig notices. By the way, do you know what Vilmar's girlfriend's name is? What? Did I just hear that right? No, he didn't say anything like that. Oh, I must be mistaken then. No, I'm not gonna let this go. Why would you even assume he has a girlfriend? Dragon raises an eyebrow at me. Well, we went to the cafeteria with Gabriel yesterday. Vilmar was there with some girl at a table. I recognized him right away from the markings on his face today. Hedwig's claw mimics Vilmar's lines. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry, what time was that? Around noon. He, said he was going to take a potions test. Everyone has secrets, I get that, but why would he hide something like that? I feel so damn cheated. It's kind of funny that Hooji is feeling cheated when they're not even in a relationship yet. But I guess, Hooji has some feelings for Vilmar, so knowing he has a girlfriend is, of course, a shocking piece of information. Too bad. I thought you knew her. She already knows Gabriel and he asked me to give her something, but I never found her. I'm sorry. I'm at a loss for words. The dragon notices my sad voice. Are you upset? Well, maybe a little. If that's true, I don't understand why he didn't mention it yesterday or today. At my comment, Hedwig just shrugs his shoulders. Why would he lie about it? If it bothers you a lot, then you should talk to him about it, but it's not impossible that he might lie. He would never lie to me. But, according to you, That's exactly what he did. Maybe not outright lying. A lie of omission is still a lie. Hell, he's right. There's definitely something wrong here. The Vilmar I know would never do that. Gabriel bursts into the room, panting and holding his keys. Holy shit, I finally found the fucking room. Hedwig, I'm sorry. I'd forgotten I still had the keys. It's a miracle Hedwig didn't get hit by the door when Gabriel came in. It's okay. It's alright. Dragon sighs heavily and takes the keys. Tiger turns to me and bows slightly. Sorry for the inconvenience, Hooji, and thank you. Oh, no problem. Gabriel waves at me and opens the door to leave. The dragon's gaze lingers on me for a second before they both leave my room. I need to think this through. I haven't seen Vilmar in about 3 years. The fact that he's changed is normal. Hedwig's words. Fuck, this is getting tiresome. Is Vilmar really capable of something like this? No, I won't believe it. I'll have to talk to him about it. You don't know anything about him. What? I've known him all my life. He certainly wouldn't do that. You're sure? Don't you think he's not taking what you're saying seriously? It's not true. But still, he's acting so strange. You think getting your hopes up is a good idea? What else am I supposed to do? It's been a long time. Do you still believe he considers you his best friend? Just because we haven't talked in a while doesn't mean we're not friends anymore, right? Do you really think so? Nothing happened. But there's that feeling again. It's pressing in from all sides. It's like the air is slowly leaving my body. I think I'm starting to have a panic attack. My paws are starting to sting with something. Instead of one small spot, now all of my hands are now in different patterns. They're starting to grow all over my body. I can feel it. This isn't funny at all. I got into this academy in a very strange way. Why did Aster ask about exams I didn't even know about? It was like I was living in a fog until that moment and following someone else's direction. Examinations could never truly show strength. My magic is too damn weak, and why am I just now starting to realize that? Getting into one of the best academies without exams, and not being able to even summon a weapon on my own? What is wrong with me? My soul. If magic depends on the soul, then something is wrong with it. What's limiting me? Why am I so weak? You still have time to open up. You need time to prove yourself. The white light of the soul warms my palms. The soul has always seemed so mysterious. We still don't understand what we're dealing with. But it opens up so many possibilities. Aster said something about a book. I need it. That lion knows too much. He can only make your situation worse and get you expelled, don't you think? Then, it's a gamble. He's gonna help me. I have no one else to turn to. Do you really want it? Or are you just realizing the hopelessness of your situation? Then, let's see what happens next. Chapter 2 End. Oh, to be continued. Okay, so that was very nice. Okay, let's go back a bit and a save. Go back to the main menu. So yeah, the main screen, the title screen is different now compared to the title screen when I first started the VN in episode 1. So it's so shiny now, you know. There's this VN title that's like neon lights in this room, and the poster and about, and the load is this CD thing. There's a phone and gallery, I think. there's so many features, and it's so different from the title screen when I first recorded this visual novel. Okay, so thoughts about the visual novel. So I liked it. I like that it's about magic and it gives kind of a Harry Potter feel. There's a magical city. I can't remember the name of the city in Harry Potter, but there's a magical city in this visual novel, and there's also a magic academy. Although it's curious that they didn't give a name to the magic academy. They just say it's a magic academy. And I like the characters. Hooji, Gabriel, Hedwig, Vilmar, and Aster. They were the characters. Oh, there's also Roberta. They were the characters introduced so far. I like them all. The dynamic between Hooji and Vilmar is very nice. Old friends, childhood friends, and also the dynamic between Gabriel and Hedwig. There's a very perky guy, and there's a kind of serious, bulky guy. We should note that Hooji hasn't expressed explicit intention that he likes Vilmar or is interested in Vilmar, but it's kind of hinted there. Hooji didn't also say that he's gay, but I remember a conversation that Hooji and Gabriel had when Gabriel first saw Vilmar, and Gabriel was insinuating that they had a connection, and Hooji just casually said that, no, he's not my boyfriend. So I think based on that, I think Hooji is comfortable with his sexuality, maybe. Roberta's just there, nothing major going on with her. About Mr. Aster, well, I'm not clear on what his intentions are. I'm not sure if he's an antagonist. He's gonna play an antagonist role, but so far it's not looking like that. He genuinely seems like he wants to help the students become better mages, and he's giving off that Snape vibes. So at least from what we've read so far, I think he's not going to be a bad guy, hopefully. So the major plot point being revealed right now is the strain on Vilmar and Hooji's friendship, because Hooji found out that Vilmar is hiding some things from him, and he's upset about that. So I think we'll find out in the next build how this plays out. How Hooji will reconcile with Vilmar about the information he's hiding, and also about Hooji becoming a better mage and improving his own magic. So how about you? What did you think about The Legend of Divinity? You can tell me in the comments below what you thought about it. So if you guys liked what I did, I hope you can leave me a like on this video and maybe subscribe if you haven't yet. And I want you guys to take some time to appreciate something in your life today. And I will see you on the next Let's Read. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!